Wait. Hold your horses, Rose. I can't just miss an important sale just because of a minor bump in the head.
You fuck, you're trying to get the money!
An extremely minor bump. I've had worse when I was a kid. This is nothing. Besides, if I leave, you'll have to shoulder everything in the open house, alone. And in a mansion this big? Well, there's also the part where I may lose that bonus BRC promised, but that's completely besides the point. Rose gives me a skeptical look when I return the cold compress to her and push myself off the floor.
Immediately falling flat on my face as a dizzy spell takes hold.
I have to use the staircase railings to steady myself, but otherwise, I feel fine.
Oh, okay. I was joking, but...
Oh. See? I'm A-okay.
Sure you are, sure. Yeah, sure.
The two of them exchange a worried glance, and Rose assumes a contemplative look. I bite my lower lip in anticipation if she says no.
All right, you win.
A smile threatens to slip out from me.
But if I see that you aren't feeling well, I'm taking you personally to the nearest clinic to have you checked. Clear?
Clear as day, ma'am. Thanks, Rose.
It's like, well, that depends. What country is this? Because it still hasn't been established as far as I know, and if we don't have universal health care, then I am definitely not rich enough for that. You insisted. But remember what I said. First sign of you looking not okay, and we're off. No questions asked.
It's just a small bump. Don't worry.
You shouldn't downplay these kinds of things. It could be a serious injury for all we know. You could have internal bleeding, or internal hemorrhaging, or internal internaling.
Suddenly, a small cough sounds against the walls of the foyer, interrupting our banter. The woman is looking expectantly at the two of us, her stare making me shrink back a bit little on myself.
Back a bit little. She
isn't really intimidating. Well, she is. But not in the scary negative way. Far from it, actually. Her demeanor simply commands an air of sophistication and respect.
We got a theory. Plot twist, the new lady is the ghost. And we're gonna need a talking dog to figure it out.
Like Zoink Scoob.
Ruh-roh. Ruh-roh, Raggy.
In a different world, a younger me probably would have wished to be like her. At her lack of response, she coughs again, lifting a well-trimmed eyebrow at me in a question. Words get caught in my throat at the sight of it, and Rose, as usual, is swift to catch my blunders.
My sincerest apologies, Mrs...
Wow, I'm Miss Colo?
I think it's Scottish or Irish. I'm not sure. McCullel? McCullel, I think? Miss McCall?
Miss McCullough.
Miss
McCall.
Is there a way to backlog? Okay,
let's turn the voices on.
Yeah, let's turn the voices on just so we know how to pronounce it. Whoop. Boop. 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 Backlog.
Miss McCullough. Marianne Miss.
Okay, Miss McCullough.
Miss McCullough. I'm gonna forget
Miss
that.
McCullough.
Miss McCullough.
Kech.
Miss McCullough.
Ech.
Heh. Miss McCullough.
You need more phlegm. Ech.
Miss McCullough.
Why do you not have any control?
I don't.
Miss McCullough.
Miss McCullough. Miss McCullough. Marianne McCullough.
McCullough.
Don't mind the fact that I can't even say my own last name.
You're just getting breathier. This Marianne McCullough, you stupid daft bitch.
She hands Rose her business card. The words interior designer catch my eyes before my partner flips it over. Oh, probably someone interested in the mansion for 17th century influences then. I won't hold it against her though. Despite the hearsays and remaining uninhabited for years, the mansion's original fittings and furniture have been kept completely intact and restored to pristine condition. I suppose some people find that trip to the past feeling, apparently, I suppose some people find that trip to the past feeling appealing. After
Did that
all,
feeling appealing?
feeling appealing, feeling appealing.
Feeling appealing a pair.
After all, with what it offers, this place could also be a haven for people looking to live somewhere with a classic historical charm.
Miss McCulloch, I'm Rose Cooper, and this is my partner, Isabel Santos. Ooh, Santos, good name. We're just ironing out a few details, few things, but we'll be starting the tour soon enough. In the meantime, we've prepared some refreshments for you in the parlor while you're waiting, if you could please...
Thanks. There's no need for it, though. I just dropped by for a quick survey of the place. I thought I should check the estate before I met with the homeowners. Rose's confusion is impossible to miss when she glances at me, and I return it with an equally perplexed look. And, against my better judgment, I blurt out the first question that comes to mind.
What the fuck you mean?
I'm sorry. Homeowners? I should have kept my mouth shut. A flash of irritation crosses her face, but it instantly disappears under a mask of professional detachment. Yes, Hannah Wright. I was hired by her to handle the interior design for their newly bought home. This is the Ermengarde mansion, right?
Okay, I think I was thinking of the wrong character. She's not rich.
Yeah.
Okay. It is, but...
She pauses, possibly trying to find the right words to fix the awkward situation without offending someone.
I keep forgetting that the narration is in first person and go to do it.
Suddenly, Rose nudges me with her elbow. We should check with our supervisor. When in doubt, check with the supervisor.
Supervisor just says, "What the fuck are you calling me for, gay?" Also, I somehow cut myself just now. Look, how did I do that?
Yeah, how'd you cut yourself?
I don't know. I don't even remember hitting anything.
Huh. Weird. Those few moments could have given me enough time to clear my head of any nervousness or confusion clouding it.
That is a surprising amount of blood. Am I cursed by the letter?
Plot twist, we can't leave the room until we finish this game.
Hello? 7 days. I don't want any.
Man, spam calls these days.
Ugh, annoying.
It is, ma'am, but we weren't aware the mansion had already been sold. What do you mean? I almost flinch when she turns her gaze on me, but I stand my ground. Besides, it isn't like I haven't dealt with awkward situations like this before.
Oh shit, Oxy, that's a good point. Maybe I cut myself on Ash's edge. Damn, ow, the edge.
I may screw up at times, but that doesn't mean I haven't learned a thing or two in the 5 years I've worked in the business. The mansion is indeed for sale, ma'am. Today's the open house, in fact. However, we haven't heard anything from the higher-ups that a deal's already been closed for this particular property. If you'd like, my co-agent and me could check with them right now. She nods, seemingly deep in thought after I finished.
A fucking full body nod, damn.
Yeah, no, that's nodders. She appears to be a reasonable person anyway. Given the proper explanation, she'd surely understand. I thought something looked odd when I arrived here. Excuse me, I think I need to make a call to my secretary.
Just leaves the door real quick. What the fuck are you doing here, sir?
Thank you for your assistance, Miss Santos.
Just goes full Scottish. Again, I don't know if it's Scottish or Irish. I can't tell. Which is shameful, because I'm both. I have both in my heritage. But yeah, I can't tell. And also, I'm not good enough at accents to make a distinction in an impression.
Well,
what the fuck are you doing here, laddie? Why are you giving me the houses that aren't actually foreclosed yet? What the fuck are you doing? I swear to God, I'm gonna fucking hit you with my fucking stick. I got a walking stick and I'm gonna hit you with it. Whoopah!
With a slight wave of her hand.
I'm sorry.
With a slight wave of her hand, she leaves us. That seems to be the end of it. Both Rose and I breathe a sigh of relief. Disaster averted. I also don't miss the thumbs up she gives me for doing a good job, and I can't help but swell with pride. Still, I've already prepared myself to dial the number to our Luxbourne office and check, Even if
Luxborn.
Luxborn.
Luxborn is in England, yes? Luxborn? I believe so. Here, I'll look it up while you're still narrating.
And check, even if she didn't ask for it. I will be very frustrated if, for some reason, something has already been decided without my or Rose's knowledge. That's a whole new level of unfair. We've been working hard on this. Moments later, Miss McCauley returns, looking a little frustrated but with an apology clear in her face. I feel a little sorry for her having to go through all this trouble. There seems to have been a little misunderstanding with my clients. If you'll allow it, I'd like to stay here and wait. I'd like to stay and wait for them here. I was informed they'd be dropping by for the open house today. I figured it'd be a waste to just leave after that long drive. I might as well meet them here.
Okay,
Yeah,
this is
is that-
Luxembourg, not Luxborn.
Maybe this is just fantasy. Fantasy.
I don't know.
UK.
Yeah, I'm just getting Luxembourg. If it's based on Luxembourg, then that's apparently a capital of a place with a grand duchy. It's also saying, rarely will you find a country in Europe where so many cultures mix. So I'm confused. Is Luxembourg a city or a country or both? Is it like Mexico and Mexico City? Probably. Anyway, certainly. You can stay at the parlor in the meantime, ma'am. I'm sure it won't be long before our guests arrive. And Isabella, I left a few documents in my car. You know where I keep those? Could you please get it for me?
Rose takes a glance at her wristwatch before tossing me a set of keys.
And hurry, we still got a few minutes to double check those papers.
Okay, got it. The two of them disappear behind the parlor's door.
I grabbed the letters out of Rose's car, and all of them just are the same fucking help me letter. God damn it, Rose, I knew this was you!
Funny prank.
Fuck you, I almost died!
Their departure brings with it a stillness to keep me company, neither welcoming nor comforting. Alone like this, it's impossible not to think of what really happened. I wish the memory isn't as elusive as it normally is. Then again, Rose already said she didn't receive any call from me. Was it just paranoia? A temporary lapse after having heard all those tales about this place?
I mean, you did start freaking out a minute after walking into the door.
Yeah.
You could have just had a psychotic break right there.
Probably. I want to think of it as such. Better to think of it as such, so I can work in peace. Except a small part of my mind begs to differ. And if I'm going to be completely honest with myself, I want nothing more than to leave this place as soon as possible.
No, I think I accept a small part of my brain begins to differ better. Oh no, I'm dissociating. I think we should go to the car. I think we should get by. We can do that after the car. No, before.
I don't know what's in this house, and I don't want to know. The keys Rose just handed me dig into my palm, its jagged edges creating shallow ridges on my skin for how hard I'm clutching it. It's a reminder of what I still need to do, and why I've taken this job in the first place. Hugging my blazer closer to my body, I exit the house to get what Rose has asked of me. Just a few more hours, Isabella. Sell the house, get the money. Oh no. Oh, this piano jam.
Doodle-doo, doodle-doodle-doo. Oh, damn.
We got confirmation from the chat. This is most likely a fake city.
Okay, but like the name makes me think that we're in Europe somewhere.
A flock of people have already gathered in the mansion's front yard by the time we officially open the doors. I'm not sure whether I should feel baffled or underdressed, standing in their presence. Scott's just rocking out right here.
Literally headbanging
The headbanging.
to this chill-ass piano.
Men and women of wealth and status.
Hey, free bird!
Men and women of wealth and status, all dressed to the nines in fancy suits and lovely dresses of varying colors, compose the medium-sized crowd.
Did I tell you? Okay, so I went to that Pokemon Symphonic Orchestra thing,
Yeah.
and I swear to God, in between one of the songs, because, people applaud in between the songs, somebody literally yelled out at the orchestra, "Cool, now play Freebird!"
It wouldn't be a concert without someone yelling that at least once.
I was just like, in my head, I'm just like, "Sir, this is an orchestra." I mean, they probably can, but...
Mansion about to eat the rich.
Oh, okay, so it's a protagonist then.
Eat the rich.
Eat the rich. Eat the rich.
Their necks, arms, and fingers are...
Until I'm rich.
No,
Then
stop.
do not eat the rich.
Their necks,
Hypocrisy.
Bad Scott. Their necks, arms, and fingers are adorned with silver and gold, glinting in the afternoon sun. Some even have ridiculously fancy feathered hats on their heads. Jeez.
What is this, the fucking 20s? And in between them all is Gatsby.
I really hope there aren't any magpies living nearby, like in the stories. Those birds will really have a field day in this. Those same birds that have been flying across the screen. They're murmuring about themselves,
They're circling.
looking at the estate's facade appraisingly, with some arguing about whose mansion has the superior architecture. But most of it stops as Rose calls for their attention.
See, okay, you're concerned about the birds. I'm more concerned about the literal god rays that seem to be centering on the house every now and then. Alright.
They don't look too pleased at being ordered around, but what can they do about it?
Like, look at that. I bless this house. Bless this house with evil. Oh, shut up, Oxy. You knew what I meant. I mean, it is the 20s. Fuck you! I'm not talking about the Neo 20s. Here in Neo Old Tokyo. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Rose Cooper, and this is my partner, Isabel Santos.
Oh, wow.
We will be taking a tour of the mansion in 2 groups. Mine's better. Please make sure you filled up our sign-in forms before joining a specific group, and make sure to say that I should get the bonus. Anyway!
Those who want to look around the first floor, please follow my partner. I will be guiding the ones who wish to see the ground floor.
Ground floor, first floor.
I think. If
That's the same thing.
I think I could be misremembering this, and please correct me, chat, if I'm wrong. But I think in some countries it's ground floor, and then the second floor to us would be the first floor to them. So Isabella's touring the second floor.
Ah, yes. As numbers go, 0G1.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's you.
Yeah. Hearing this, a few wander to me. They are mostly old ladies who seem daunted at the idea of climbing all those stairs.
My word.
England confirms they speak in ground floor. All right, thanks, Oxy. Miss McCullough also joins our group, but what really catches my eye is the elegantly dressed pair as she approaches. I almost want to go Valley Girl with this.
Oh, don't you worry. This is the rich bitch.
Yeah.
It's so nice to finally meet you. When Chief Inspector Lee mentioned that a famous interior designer is in town, I knew I had to get you.
Your confidence in my skills is very flattering, ma'am.
I'm sure you won't disappoint, Marianne. Oh, you know each other?
Not at all, ma'am.
You mentioned something about a Marianne on our way here, darling. Oh, yes, I think I did.
Ah, they must be the clients she was talking about. I might have seen their faces somewhere before. Some magazine? Or the television? I can't quite remember. But then again, most of our guests has likely ended up on the news, one way or another. I won't be surprised if these two already have.
That one had an affair, that one had an affair, that one's alleged a murderer, that one's tax evasion, that one's tax evasion, that one's tax invasion. I don't even know what that means, but it was on the news.
For people who are popular, though, they aren't dressed as loudly as the others, and in their simplicity, the couple stands out. The woman in particular is stunning enough to turn the heads of most people in my group, especially the men with wandering eyes. Scott's still jamming.
I don't have a face cam, so no one can see, but I'm just.
The guy standing beside her doesn't seem to mind, though. And if I'm going to be a bit bolder with my assumptions, I'd say he's basking in the attention.
Incubus!
Both of them, in fact.
I played D&D. I know what to do here. Ah!
I'd think they're brother and sister if it wasn't for their public display of affection. The matching
Well, it
rings...
depends. Are they old money or are they new money? Because if it's old money, it could be both.
The matching rings on their fingers just cement the fact that they are indeed a couple. Whatever. Couple or not, what's important is we get this deal closed before the current owners can even think of canceling the listing. I just hope one of the people in my or Rose's group is brave and generous enough to buy this mansion. And so, with papers in hand, I lead the way.
That's how you get those European, like, historic lords with the big old fucking pointy chins like Count Chocula. So much inbreeding. Have to keep that blood pure. Blah.
When they aren't whispering among themselves or going ooh and ah over one thing or another, they ask questions.
Ooh, oh.
From how the restoration process went to the history of the place, I answered them all. More than happy to talk about the art pieces and architecture mostly. However, I'm careful not to mention anything about the urban legend.
Alright, so over here we have where the person died. Damn it!
Not a good material for sales talk, even if the entire population of Luxborn knows about it.
And this is where the mistress killed the man. I mean, had parties. And killed a man.
Some of the furnishings here are actually the 17th century originals, all of which have undergone a painstaking restoration process. You threw me off my groove.
So here's where the butler did it, and here's where the butler did it, and here's where the butler did it, and here's where the maid did it. But it turns out the maid was actually the butler.
Just to return its original beauty.
Even the glass thing. The colorful ones? I don't know. But you get the idea, I hope.
Especially that one, ma'am. It is said to be a gift commissioned by the fiancée of Lady Charlotte Ermagod.
Ermager.
The mansion's current owners have specifically requested that the restoration crew take great care in handling it. It's a priceless work of art and the most distinctive feature of the mansion.
Actually, hold on. Let me check something.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so the narration doesn't seem to have voice lines, but everything else does. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for a visual novel?
Yeah.
Most of them don't have that, like, or they'll just have the character's first line have a voice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good on you.
Yeah.
That must have been fucking expensive.
But by the time I've stopped talking, her attention is already elsewhere.
And here's where the meddling kids discovered it. Oh, isn't this place wonderful, darling? I told you it's not a total waste of your time. Really fucked up that you called it that, by the way. I enjoy these things. I don't know. Isn't it a bit too small? We might have to break a wall down to have more room.
Mm.
Okay. Well, I think it is just right. Don't you think, Mary Ann?
It is splendid, ma'am. But isn't it a little too early to make plans when no deal has been signed yet?
Also, it's Marion. Lovely lady. Never mind that. It isn't going to be a problem. We've got a wonderful legal team to handle everything. Start taking notes, though. I think I've got a few things I want changed before we move in.
Chad Worthington.
Oh, dude, if his name's Chad. I don't think it is. I think we saw his name
I don't know why,
SFX.
but the guy reminds me of someone, but I don't know who.
Malfoy?
Yes! Yeah, kind of.
Looks like fucking Draco Malfoy is what he looks like. Potter. I'm just allowed to just leave at the end. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Then I get to have a happy ending with a family, and Harry nods at me as an all's forgiven. I fucking helped a genocide. I should have been way more punished than this. What the hell? At least my father. Like, what the he was just allowed to leave too. What the hell? Those books aren't good. Like, the first two are fine. I've read the others. They get way worse as they go, and do not hold up very well. Also, now that we know what J.K. Rowling is like, yeah, there's a lot of not okay shit that you can read in the subtext of there.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've read that.
Oh, okay.
I read that, yeah.
Okay, couldn't remember. The rest of their conversation gets lost in the chatter of our companions. I don't want to make any assumptions yet, but their sheer interest is enough to give me some semblance of hope. Oh, please, please, please let these guys be the one.
Shouldn't it be the ones?
Eventually, our group reaches the kitchen.
Ooh, not gonna lie, I really like that kitchen.
Ooh, that's very nice.
Might want a normal-ass stove in there, but you know.
Yeah. Much like the rest of the house, a great deal of effort has been put in retaining the room's classical
And it's got a
appeal.
creepy cellar door to stuff the bodies.
Yes.
I mean,
so cool.
put wine in. Stuff the bodies.
The open hearth at the end of the room in particular looks amazing, like the ones I've only seen in fairy tale books. And mad props to the cleaning crew. Seriously, after overhearing hundreds of their complaints about the soot and tar staining the bricks, and how much of a pain in the arse cleaning this will be, they still managed to pull this off. Or make it look presentable, at least.
Presentable? Dude!
This looks nice!
Okay. So, again, I used to work for, like, a state historic site place. And one of the places that we would tour was Lincoln's home.
Mm-hmm.
And that shit, like, I never did that one because it's technically separate. But I went there, you know, a lot, and that shit is not easy to keep up with. Those are old buildings.
Yeah.
Like, damn, dude. And the Dana Thomas house also had something like this. In fact, I think it had 2 kitchens? No, it had 2 dining rooms. But something that was the coolest aspect of it in terms of like design and restoration, it had one room in the center of this house, right? All of the house was completely like redone, expanded on, all this stuff. And the only things that remained of the old structure was one single room on the ground floor and then the basement, because you can't really unbasement the basement.
Yeah.
Or at least they didn't want to. And the reason that they left that single room there was because the woman's mom, I believe, was still alive there.
Yes.
And that was like kind of a place where she could go and just kind of reminisce about the old house. And because like I think her husband was dead by that point, like the mom's husband was dead, so the woman's father. And so she could just kind of be there and just hang out and, you know, just be like, oh, I remember, blah, 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 you know, all that stuff, which is cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway.
The highlight of this room, however, is what's underneath this hatch here. What, you guys don't make corpse wine in your cellar?
Of course I do. Well, not in my cellar. I don't have a cellar, you rich fuck. I make corpse toilet wine. Anyway. Oh, you don't say. Oh, don't say anything yet. An underground wine cellar?
This is the first time the guy in gray speaks up. Mr. Luke Wright. My memory supplies from the forms they signed earlier. He does kind of look like a Luke.
Luke Malfoy Wright.
His son of attentiveness catches me off guard. Since the start of the tour, only his wife has shown any form of genuine interest in the place. He's like, wine? Ah, yes. Continue with my crippling alcoholic addiction.
Nom, 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 nom.
But this time, something lights up in his eyes at the mention of the Undercroft. What's so interesting about a basement? I really don't understand rich people sometimes.
It's where I could make my sex dungeon, my dear. Would you like to visit? No.
Right now, he just gives me the impression of a child who has seen what he absolutely wants for Christmas.
Booze!
I've always found it cute whenever I see children act that way, my younger siblings especially. On a grown man, it's almost funny.
No.
Yes, sir. It can house around 7,000 to 11,000 bottles of wine.
Jesus Christ, that's a big seller.
Oh, God.
Like, yeah, wine bottles aren't huge, but 11,000? Why would you even need that many? I guess it's probably like it was supposed to be, you know, a show mansion, like a lot of parties and events and stuff like that. But still,
That's far too much wine.
my God, that's not a tasting. Truly, and the room, how was it built?
That's a lot of corpses.
That was a lot of corpses, yeah. Like, every bottle of corpse wine needs a whole corpse. You gotta condense it down. You know, you gotta, like, step on it like grapes.
Yeah.
Squish, 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 squish.
The bricks that were used to build the cellar have been carefully picked for the purpose of maintaining and preserving a constant temperature and humidity in the room. It's a good place to keep your private collection in, if you have one, sir.
Oh, it keeps the corks in good condition. Ma'am, right. Oh, love, didn't you say before that you wanted to make your own personal vineyard? Perhaps you could start one here. You know we're going to need space for that, darling.
And this isn't big enough?
Just thinking of fucking Uravity from My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, I thought the bed would fit. It fits in my room, but this dorm room is about as big as my closet. Oh my God, what is your life? No, I'm saying Uravity's reaction to it.
Okay, gotcha.
You know, I was like, what is your life?
If it's space you're worried about, sir, the Ermengarde mansion sits on a 46-acre lot. I'm gonna keep saying that.
I just love that that's become canon.
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to be the Ermengarde,
Ermengarde.
but it's funnier to think it's Ermengarde Flurp Flurps.
It sits on a 46-acre lot. There's plenty of room for it. We were told that the original owners had a horse stable built here before, too. There's a contemplative expression on Mr. Wright's face, but he doesn't say anything further. His wife, however, seems really pleased that he has started to show interest, if only a little. I smile to myself. I may not completely understand how these people's minds work, but I sure as hell know how to spot a buyer with sincere
God
interest.
damn, why does the song slap so hard?
Score. I can't wait to tell Rose.
Bitch, I'm getting that bonus!
The rest of the two my money gonna make it rain.
I'm gonna buy so many hookers. I mean, help my sick dad.
The rest of the tour goes by without a hitch. After more than half an hour, we are able to cover almost every room in the ground floor and are heading to the parlor. Funny, the first time the BRC had us survey the property, I kept complaining to Rose how big it is. Now, I can't even bring myself to care, no matter how much my feet hurt. Maybe this is just my excitement over a possible sale? When we reached... Oh no, the music
song
stopped. Goodbye, goodbye, happy... I'm pretty sure that's the last time we're gonna hear that happy song.
Now we got minor chords.
Yeah. When we reach the parlor, however, an odd feeling washes over me. It starts off as small goosebumps on my skin, a feeling of being watched intently. Whispers in my ear and shadows dancing, lurking in the corner of my vision.
Okay, I think we've seen these two before, and this guy. Who is this dude?
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Agent Looker. Do you know anything about Team Galactic?
I like that you could see the clock moving in the background.
Tick. Oh, you know what'd be cool?
What?
If, like, a flash happens and some spooky shit happens and this stops.
Yeah, ooh, okay, let's see.
Did I spoil myself?
Dark silhouettes that are gone when I turn to look. A chill settles down my spine, making me feel sick, and I start to break out in a cold sweat.
I just want to know what this looks like to everyone else's perspective. Just, ma'am, are you alright?
I can't do this. I need to sit down for a moment. The old ladies in the group have been requesting a break anyway. If Excuse me, everyone? We will be taking a 15-minute rest here before we visit the first floor. In the meantime, please help yourselves to the refreshments and snacks we've prepared. If anyone has any questions, feel free to approach me. I'd be happy to help you. I let them sit while I retreat to a quiet corner to recover. It's not what you think. Don't think about it. It's not what you think. I've probably just caught Becca's cold. Don't think about it. I'm left alone for a good while, the same words spilling out of my lips in a silent prayer.
She only thinks it's silent. It's not what you think. It's not what you think.
Until a hand taps my shoulder.
Hello, you there?
Yes, ma'am?
Oh, look at you. Having to show a group around a mansion this big must be exhausting.
Oh, not a problem, ma'am. I'm just doing my job.
What a hard worker. Anyway, Isabel, right?
Isabella, actually. But yes, what can I help you with, ma'am, right?
Fantastic, Isabel. I love that name. Like the doggy from Animal Crossing. Or Smash. I always play as her. Please, just Hannah. Call me Hannah. My aunt had a dog named Hannah.
Oh.
I just wanted to ask, how soon are we able to move in?
My brain completely stops. The sick feeling plaguing me is suddenly gone, replaced by utter bewilderment.
Where?
Is this a joke? She looks at me expectantly as I struggle to come up with an answer. Wait, ma'am, you see what? But we haven't even negotiated a price, ma'am. We haven't even finished touring the rest of the mansion. I see how it would be great and all, but she stops me from she stops me from speaking any further and puts a hand on my shoulder.
Just puts her hand in my mouth. What? No more words.
For a moment, with her tight smile, she looks as if she tasted a particularly sour lemon.
Oh, please, sweetie, don't insult me. Money is not a problem. Maybe for you. Just between you and me, this place is better off with us than some old lady. We'll probably just fill it up with cats. You got a problem with cats having homes?
I personally don't think there's anything wrong with just having cats here, ma'am, Hannah.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are more than enough space here if you want pets. Perhaps I'm still not feeling well, but really, what's wrong with cats? More importantly,
I have
why is
15
she...
of my own.
More importantly, why is she talking about moving in already?
Well, I'm more of a dog person. Okay. But you see, this is going to be a gift to my darling. It's going to be our anniversary soon. And it would be so wonderful if you can secure its purchase for us. Why, I can even offer something extra if you help us out with the paperwork. Sold! Wait, how much extra? About $2 million. Sold! All under the table, yes.
Wait, we actually have a process for this, ma'am. I don't really think that would be necessary or appropriate.
Oh, stop being so goody-goody two-shoes. And just what are you two lovely ladies talking about here, leaving me and our lovely interior designer to talk here by ourselves? Okay. What would people think, darling? Oh, it's just small talk, love. I was asking if she could help me with paperwork.
I try not to wince when her nails dig into my shoulder. Why are they so sharp?
Ow! 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 How are they getting this far into my shoulder? Ow! Ow! Oh God! They're moving! They're puppeting my arm!
I can't help but send an imploring look at Miss McCullough, who only gives me Miss McCullough.
Miss McCullough.
Miss McCullough.
Eh! Can you not? What's wrong with you? Why don't you have any control over your mouth? The hell is wrong with you, you daft lassie?
I can't help but send an imploring look at Miss McCullough, who only gives me an apologetic smile and shrug.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I can give you a fact sheet and a form to fill out. She wastes no time in taking the papers from my hand and shuffles through the bunch. Oh man, Rose is gonna be so angry at me for letting her do that.
Wonderful. And Mary Ann, I'd really love to talk to you about these changes. And you took some notes earlier, yes?
I did, ma'am, but I really hope that this time...
Excellent. Hopefully you can help us out too, Isabel. Just gets everyone's name wrong.
Isabella.
Right. It's a lovely name, Isabel.
Oh, dear. It's Isabella.
Bella.
Bella.
Yes, that's great. We'd be more than happy to put in a good word to your superiors too. And what's this?
Oh no.
Oh no. Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3. We just need 2 more.
Yeah. And then we'll be free of the curse.
Sick.
Look-
Yo, old ladies, come here. Oh, what's this?
A look of confusion and disgust appears on her face. Turning to her husband, he merely shrugs in reply.
That's an interesting work of art. Not to my taste, though, I'm sorry. Darling Buttercup, art is a complete overstatement for this garbage. Looks like a cheap prop from a D-list horror film. Or a visual novel. Shush, love. Let the girl do what she pleases with what do they call this? Oh, forget about it. At the very least, it's not as dreadful as the one art exhibit I was forced to attend last month. You should have seen it, Mary Ann. Even you would have been appalled. And what the hell is that supposed to mean? But I'm sure you'll know what to do with our walls once we get started.
I highly doubt it's bad as you say, ma'am. Nevertheless, you can be assured that my team will only pick whatever suits your taste. None of this chain letter sort, of course. It always has to work with a palette.
Why are they assuming you would be hung up? I'm quite sure chain letters these days don't come in this form.
It's my
Fuck, Isabella. Just you fucking get an email.
It's my turn to be puzzled.
Huh?
What do they mean? Rose and I double-checked everything. Are the papers I handed not enough? I want to ask what I did wrong. I don't want to mess this up. But with the way Ma'am Hannah's leading the conversation, I'm afraid that's exactly what will happen if I do interrupt her.
That's good to hear. See, darling, isn't she an absolute delight to work with? I can't wait to see how this place will look once she's done with it. You don't have to tell me that, Buttercup.
A smile is back on her face when she turns to me and hands me a strange piece of paper.
I would still put it away if I were you, though. Otherwise, people might get the wrong impression. Anyway, as I was saying...
I don't hear the rest of what she says after that. I can only stare down at the paper, at the letter in my hands.
Title drop!
The sights crinkle in my grip and my breathing grows labored. Dread quickly fills my mind. They said the title.
You're looking pale. Oh, it's Rose.
I didn't even notice when Rose's group joined us in the parlor. I wanted nothing more to say that no, I'm not alright. I want to leave this place. Because I remember everything as clear as day.
Take me away.
This letter and the woman in the attic. It's real.
The letter.
The letter. I'm sorry, I didn't know. Careless. I've been so careless. How do I even tell them that without even looking like I've gone mad? Should I even tell them?
Dude, that's a 4th.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, are you going to?
I mean, concealing it is not gonna... I feel like she's gonna see it either way.
You think so?
Yeah.
Alright, it's your choice.
I blurted out before I could even think twice about what I was gonna say. Rose, we need to get out of here. This place is cursed.
It says relationship status changed.
Yeah, let's take a...
But she's still not here. Mary Ann went down.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, Luke's there, Hannah's there, Mary Ann's there, but yeah, no Rose. Weird. Maybe she's not important enough of a character.
Yeah. Rose cast a nervous glance at the people in the room. Most are still engaged in a conversation with their peers, but those curious enough to turn their heads in our group's direction have been given her trademark saleswoman smile. A tight expression is on her face when she pulls me aside.
Isabella, we've already had a conversation about this weeks ago. Those are just stories.
And I'm telling you that it's not. I saw something in there. It's not. It's not human at all.
Isabel, just turn to face her completely, goddammit. Stop looking over your shoulder like a weirdo.
I thought it was just nothing, but isn't this letter proof enough?
What, that you wrote in a fucking Sharpie? No.
She gently reaches out to pluck the paper off my hand. Without even taking a glance at it, she folds it back neatly.
Look, I'm really getting worried about you. I know you want to see this open house through, but your condition is more important. Give me a few minutes to wrap things up here and I'll drive you to the nearest hospital.
No, you don't understand. There isn't a condition, Rose. No concussion at all. I'm fine. But this place isn't. And you're being stubborn about it.
Just dropped in to see what condition my condition was in.
Before Rose could open her mouth for a retort, a hand lands at both of our shoulders, pulling the two of us a distance closer.
Now, ladies, what seems to be the problem here? Did you know I have Mr. Fantastic Arms? Pretty cool, right? Nothing, sir. I just have to clarify a few things with my colleague. Well, it certainly seems intense. A smile fits the two of you better, in my opinion. That's right, you should smile more.
Damn.
In case you weren't sure I was an asshole. Hold on, let me eat this apple. Depiction of sin. Especially darting little Lily here. Sir, you are married.
He gives my shoulder a gentle squeeze, while an inscrutable smile spreads across his face.
Inscrutable,
thank you. It's Isabella, sir.
Of course, but my point still stands. And with two beautiful ladies here, I'm sure little Lily here would certainly appreciate it if you remove your pretty hands from her, darling.
The pressure on my shoulder lifts as soon as those words leave his wife's lips.
He looks so dejected. But he looks like a kid who got his hand stuck in a cookie jar instead of just uh-oh, I was being adultery.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, but I wanted the 2 cookies before Din Din.
While the scowl on her face is like a splash of cold water on me. What did I do? It's also impossible to miss the displeased frown on Miss McCullough's face. The realization that we might lose the sale because of my outburst instantly dawns on me. Rose will be beyond pissed. I think I need to step out for a while. I'll be back. No, don't go alone, Isabella.
Wait, hold on. Are we talking normal usage of pissed or Australian pissed, where it just means drunk? Because if Rose gets drunk about it, then hell yeah, let's have a party. Woo!
Woo! We got all the wine in the cellar.
Hell yeah! All the corpse wine you could drink.
Bowing my head, I mutter a quick apology and gather my stuff to make a quick exit.
You ever had corpse wine?
It doesn't matter if I've never had corpse wine. What does it taste like?
Corpses.
Oh.
But sweeter. The best way to do it is to just get a bunch of bottles, fill a coffin up with it, and just kind of dunk your head in.
It doesn't matter if this place is haunted or not. I've caused trouble, and Rose can be quite unforgiving of behavior like this. I'm almost at the door when she catches up to me.
Isabella, wait.
The apprehension must have been quite obvious on my face, because her expression instantly shifts to something gentler. Eyes softer, a fond smile spreading on her lips.
Hey, I'm not angry yet.
I know. I'm sorry I ruined this for you.
Come on, you didn't ruin anything. It's not like we haven't ran into problems before. Remember the corpse sofa? Fun times. I'm actually still going to a therapist about that. Haha, quaint. If we don't get a deal today, we can always try on a different day. And look.
She hesitates, completely trailing off, before shifting her gaze down to her hands, a small gesture to stall. Her fingers are fiddling with a piece of folded paper. It's that stupid letter again. My hands stiffen when she gives it back, but I take it nevertheless. More is an automatic response to any desire to have it back.
And now attached to it is a VHS tape that just says The Ring.
I'll throw it away if I can.
And a DVD of The Grudge.
But I have this nagging feeling, one way or another, it'll find its way back to me regardless of what I do about it.
And a Betamax of it? What the hell?
Rose, this is... You have to let them know about...
I know you want us to get this sale so badly, and we've made a lot of plans on how to go about this. I mean, who wouldn't? This is the first time I've been assigned to a property like this. I've sold plenty of houses before, but nothing like what we have here. It's a beautiful house. I'd love to get one of my own if I ever win the lottery. I don't know how that works in Europe, but you don't get most of that money in America, at least. Taxes. But I think, look, here's the thing, Isabella. If we are going to do this, work on something, I don't know, this big, I need you in top shape. And the way you are now...
My mind stops. What? Wait, no. I can still work. I just need to get myself together.
This is a bad time to have a yawn. Anyway, that's what you said earlier. I let it go because I thought, hey, it's your own body and you should know more than anyone how you feel. It's your body, your choice.
Oh, look, the clock is still functioning. Clearly not haunted.
It's true, not on it.
Yeah.
Isabella's just crazy. But after this, I really think you should take a break. I have been 1 minute 5 of the 15-minute one.
You're kicking me out?
No, I'm not. Look, all I'm asking is for you to take a seat somewhere I can see you and let me handle this for now. You're clearly not yourself, and I honestly could use some time not worrying when you'll fall over or not. The day's not even over, and I'm already feeling the stress. Please humor me for just this once and stop being a nuisance. God, I don't want to be mean, it's just you are a hindrance to all of my happiness. I should have listened to my mother. You're just like him. You're just like your own mother.
Damn. She clasped her hands together in front of her, eyes pleading for understanding. And I do understand, to some extent. That doesn't mean I'll feel any less awful. Whether at myself, at the unlucky turn the situation is taken, or for her, I don't really know.
I really don't really know.
I really don't really know.
I promise I'll give you a full report of what happens after. I'll even let you take the lead tomorrow.
Fine, okay. I'll step aside for now.
Over my dead body, pushes her away. Alright, bitches, I'm leading both groups now. Let's go.
This game just loves dunking on Isabella.
It does.
Poor thing.
Hey, but don't worry. She's being shown as like, so, it's like, oh, she's the plain Jane, just hard at work, doesn't have a lot of money, sick dad, everybody is underestimating her. So she's gonna find the ancient sword and chop off the demon's head by the end of it. It's fine.
Yeah.
You're upset.
A little, yeah, obviously.
Oh. If it's any consolation, I won't tell the boss about today. You know how he is. I'll only write him an email about it.
Please don't. I don't want to repeat the lecture I got during my first assignment. He called me a noob. And I don't even know what that means. I'm just imagining some 60-year-old man just...
Listen here, you fucking noob. You gotta get schooled on the card games.
Get good, scrub.
This is real estate. The biggest MMO there is. Oh, God.
At the memory, we both burst into helpless giggles.
Bad bosses.
Earning us strange looks from the guests milling about the door. Talking and laughing like this, it's easy to forget any mishaps that happened. She doesn't know what that means. What a noob.
What? It's like, you fucking noob. A what? The fact that you don't know what that means just solidifies that you are one.
Little things you learn to appreciate, I guess.
So, are we good?
I'm still not okay with it, but Rose has a point. It's better for me to step out of this one for now.
I thought we required 5 years of Sims house building as a training for this job. They're selling the houses, actually not building them.
I won't be able to help you anyways if I keep getting distracted like this. Maybe I'll just take a walk outside or something while I wait for you to wrap things up.
You want House Flipper Simulator and or Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer.
I think there actually is a house flipping simulator game on Steam.
Yeah, House Flipping Simulator. Yeah, it's by HGTV.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Okay. I thought you were making a joke, and I'm
No.
like, wait, I think that's actually a game.
Yeah, there's X Simulator exists.
Yeah.
Please, just stay put. I insist. And demand.
I'm not an invalid, Rose.
Invalid.
Invalid.
Not an invalid. I exist. I'm valid.
That's definitely one of those words where I read it.
Misled, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially because I think it's the exact same spelling as invalid.
Yeah, that's why.
Mm. That is the epitome of hyperbole. Wait, HGTV actually runs that game? Yeah, it's or at the very least they sponsored it.
I would have to look at it, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know if it originally did, but it definitely does at this point, yes.
Hmm.
I remember watching videos about Markiplier, where like the first 3 episodes, I think, he's like, yeah, this reminds me of like an HGTV show, and then like he looked, and he was like, oh fuck, this game is by HGTV! That's why! Anyway, you clearly have not seen how you looked earlier.
It's not that bad.
Had anime scared eyes, bitch. Like with the dark circles around them and your eyes going. I don't even think eyes move like that. Color hasn't even returned to your cheeks yet. Now you're one to talk, Miss Paley Pale Pale. Though not as pale as McCulloch.
The call.
Stop trying. Color hasn't even returned to your cheeks yet. Just stay here, alright? Don't even think of going anywhere. But what if I need to go to the bathroom? Don't even think about it! Let me finish what I'm doing here, then I'll take you back to Luxborn myself to have that minor bump checked. Or at least wait for me to call someone who will fetch you, okay?
She's gone before I can voice one word of complaint.
Do British people say okay?
Oh, the jam's back.
Shit! Hell yeah! What? Okay!
Yeah!
Jason Derulo!
Mr. Worldwide!
Mr. Worldwide! Flow Rider!
Left with nothing else to do, I find myself drifting back to the foyer. A few visitors linger in the area. Some merely enjoying the afternoon sunlight streaming through the stained glass windows. Others can be seen admiring the priceless antiques decorating the room. One group of elderlies, gathered in some ways across from me, is occupied in a friendly banter about which one would cost more to buy. A little argument here, an occasional laughter and teasing there. I smile to myself. The conversation reminds me of what I've been missing these past few months. Rose is probably right. I do need a break. Maybe this afternoon's hangout will help?
Wait, why leave the person clearly being attacked by a ghost or a concussion alone? So that she can take a nap. Just a nice, deep concussion sleep. Best thing for it.
Speaking of, I should call Ash. It's a few hours early from what I've told him, but he did ask for a call once I'm done. Besides, I don't have a ride back. He offered, so I might as well take it. Or bribe him into giving me one. Not that he'll ever accept the latter. Personal convictions and all. Honestly...
I think that depends on what you're bribing him with.
Honestly, if there's something I find admirable in him, despite his tendency to annoy the hell out of me, it's that. Well, whatever way works, a free ride is still a free ride. There's Rose's offer too, but despite what she says, I know she'll be busy for the rest of the afternoon, especially without me assisting. Bothering her for a favor as small as this is the last thing I want to do right now. A couple of minutes and a few prayers asking for a decent signal later, the fault call finally connects and...
Bob Ash from Deluxe City. Baggers, watch out. Can't beat me. Looking for trouble? Better not lie. I'm a cool dude. Pretty fly for an Sup, I'm Ash from Watch out, can't beat me. Looking for trouble.
He's dropping his mixtape.
Dude, pretty fly for an Asian.
That's his ringtone.
Yeah.
Ash from Thieves
What?
City. Baggers, watch out.
Shit, how loud is this thing even?
For trouble? Better not lie. I'm a cool dude. Pretty fly for an Asian.
Sup, I'm Ash. Can I get this ringtone?
A sharp ringing fills the entire hall, disrupting the pleasant quiet that has settled. Soon enough, heads begin to turn in search of the source, mine included.
It's the sup!
My eyes dart around the small crowd
Sup, I'm Ash from Look City.
before zeroing out on a lone figure crouched behind the same group of old people checking out the decors moments ago. He's facing away from me, fumbling with something in his hands. But I don't need to see his face to know whose back it is. Oh, I'd recognize that dumb parka anywhere. Without bothering to end the call,
Sup?
I march towards him. Yes, make him feel the shame. After what happened today, I'm really not in the mood to deal with this.
Of all the times to...
Ashton Frey!
Sup?
What happens next is something I'll surely regret later for not having recorded. He jumps, letting out an undignified yelp, followed by his phone slipping out from his grip.
Dude, now that I see his, like, full character design,
Yeah.
this guy's a vampire hunter. That's what he is. Probably also a K-pop star, but he fights vampires on the reg. Teams up with Blade.
Make that the next great Korean drama.
Oh, if they don't have a vampire hunter show already?
Because their dramas can be very outlandish.
Fuck it, yeah, so can ours. We're just
yeah.
used to them. But, like, if there isn't one already about a K-pop star who fights vampires, I'll be disappointed, first off.
It bounces from one hand to the other in his poor attempt to catch it before ultimately falling flat on the floor with a resounding click. I kind of feel sorry for the phone. And the floor. But it's not every day that you can catch someone like Ash off guard and get a reaction. Damn his stupid detective senses.
Oh shit, he's got detective vision.
I'll take every ounce of victory I can get, no matter how small. Ha!
Show me where the Joker is. Whom.
An awkward pause passes between us. A blink. A cough. He makes a face. And then, in two quick motion, he ducks and retrieves his abused gadget, while a grin threatens to break out from my lips. He doesn't meet my eyes when he straightens, but a flush has crept up his neck and cheeks.
Oh, homeboy got a crush.
In another universe, where we haven't known each other for 5 years and suffering through his teasing isn't a day-to-day occurrence, chances are I'd find that adorable. Endearing, even. Unfortunately, this isn't that kind of world. The way things are, I'm already content to see him out of his obnoxiously calm and collected disposition. Still ashhole.
Hello to you too, scaredy cat. Dude, you just jumped. You can't. Alright. I could stand to be greeted like a normal person, you know.
What? And miss that look on your face? No way. Oh man, I should have taken a picture.
I am so honored you find this funny. Is that how you treat your guests? I think I need to talk to your supervisor.
Talk to yourself. You aren't even a guest here. What are you even doing here in the first place? For a moment, he looks like a cat that swallowed the canary.
Just feathers.
Suddenly, checking every nook and cranny in his phone for any damage or scratches seems to be a more interesting activity than explaining himself. Ash?
I could be looking to buy a house.
A mansion?
Yeah, why not? Have you seen how well my album sold? Did you see the view outside? Doesn't look haunted to me at all. Dude, I am so fucking rich, I could have a decent apartment in San Francisco.
Damn. The dream.
Only a decent one, though.
What would you need to have a good one?
Elon Musk money.
He's messing with me. Ashton, I am not in the mood. What
No,
are
not
you-
even Elon Musk money. The fucking, like, corrupt Saudi Arabia, like, you know, like, the fucking... Oh, what's that place from Shang-Chi? That's a real city. The one, like, you know, where the actual fucking rich people go to gamble.
Yeah.
Like, the people who own that city kind of money.